Hi, my name is Ramon Henry, and for my video presentation, I will be discussing the topic of self-efficacy in an individual. The definition of self-efficacy refers to an individual's belief in his or her capacity to execute behaviors necessary to produce specific performance attainments. The general purpose of why I am discussing this topic today is to identify how our belief in our own success plays a huge role in how we think, how we act, and how we feel about our place in the world. Self-efficacy of an individual discusses how self-control in your emotions is necessary for attaining higher goals and accomplishments. A significant number of people in the world do not get to accomplish majority of their plans due to lack of control in emotions or lack of motivations. A hypothetical question was asked by Gallup in our positive psychology book. The question was, do you get to do what you do best every day? Unfortunately, only 20% of Americans identified with achieving their full potential in their occupations. So in exploring the concept of self-efficacy, it's basically just saying that what the desired outcome is for you to first believe that you are able to achieve certain success, and then that's when you go out and you perform. And so essentially it's just basically being the best you that you can be. And one of the main reasons why I chose this topic was because of how personal it is to my life. I have seen how having high self-efficacy has made a great difference in my life, not only as a student, but as an employee, in my relationships with others, even strangers. Research suggests that self-efficacy is related to the goals and how people thrive. So going back to what we discussed earlier into why only 20% of Americans feel that they are performing at their full potential, what this research suggests is that the likelihood is that these particular people do not necessarily believe in their success, so therefore they do not pursue the things that they believe that they can attain their full potential in. So we live our life basically substandard, which includes me as well, because of the lack of belief in that whatever we do or whatever we try to attain, we will gain success at it. So we rather to stay at this minimum level, never fully thriving or never fully reaching the ultimate goal because of our lack of belief. So for me, self-efficacy and positive psychology are closely interrelated concepts, especially in the fact that with positive psychology, it actually helps that in spite of unfortunate circumstances, it is still healthier for your mental health and for your actual physical health for you to have a positive outlook on how on your life in essence. So with the idea of self-efficacy, despite the circumstances or despite what limitations you may see, it's still best for you to believe that you can attain higher than what you see, because until you believe that, the things that you want or what you believe somewhere down there that you should be able to attain will never come. So it starts first with how you think in your mind, in spite of the limitations that you may face in the outward in your environment. In other ways that positive psychology and self-efficacy correlates is that the whole idea in positive psychology is to have overall happiness in your life for the long run. So we believe that ultimately everybody wants to lead a fulfilling life and to cultivate what's best within themselves. And so self-efficacy, high self-efficacy is essentially the same thing. You first believe that you are able to achieve such success and such happiness, and therefore you will go after said goal. Various research suggests that higher self-efficacy could be achieved through mastering a certain skill and even possibly doing something that you never thought you would do, conquering some kind of fear, like traveling across the world. It's not necessarily the actual skill that you master that is what achieves the self-efficacy, or the fact that you decided, or what you would learn in China if you decide to go there, but it's the actual what you learn throughout the experience. So it could be anything, such as for me personally, it could be anything as small as me deciding to do something today, deciding to wash the dishes today. And the fact that I actually did what I set out to do, it creates some form of a positive feeling inside to say that I actually have the ability to set out to do a task and actually complete a task. So a part of self-efficacy and to achieve self-efficacy involves first starting something that you feel as though might be challenging for you to do, and then committing to it, and then the consistency. So that coupled together, you're able to build self-efficacy. And once that happens, then it falls in place in other areas of life. And if we're talking about financial success, you're able to do the things that you believe that you can do best, because you believe that you have the full potential to do so. To conclude, self-efficacy of an individual entails control of one emotion, and it is necessary in order for you to attain those interests and goals that you want to achieve. Now, to expound, when we talk about emotions, we're not just talking about a feeling of sadness or any feeling. What we're talking about is the negative emotions of feeling as though you're unable to achieve certain things. So until you're able to push past those emotions or tell yourself the truth, because sometimes we feed ourselves with a lie of saying that we're not able to do certain things and we believe them. So I would like to say, tell yourself the truth of what you are able to do and how you are able to achieve success, and then those abilities and those accomplishments will come. This is the end of my video presentation. I hope I wasn't too long-winded. However, this topic of self-efficacy was very important to me because it applies so much in my life that in order for my life to have some kind of difference, to have some kind of growth and change towards what I would like to see, I first have to believe in my own success before anybody else will, and before it can happen in my life. So thank you so much for listening, and that's it.